It's very hard. My son sends me text messages. I think they're in English, but all the vowels are dropped. It's just a series of consonants. It reads, and I'm thinking, when did my son become Uzbeki? Gets even worse. I showed to my wife. I'm like, what the fuck is this, some Russian language? He said, he's saying he's out with his friends. He'll be home by 4 o'clock. When did you become Uzbeki? It's very hard. You know, and everyone, this now with the internet, everyone's download. All you people, like all the entertainment is all on downloadable or BitTorrent or whatever the fuck. Like in my India, you know, there'd be Regal, whatever, film would come out every 40, 50 years. And people would go watch it for 40, 50 years and die in the hall. He came to see Moonraker, he died. But your India, you speak to some young person, you can't even mention the name of a TV show, anything, they've seen it. You can't even bring it up. You go to some young teenage person, you're like, listen, I'm hearing these lovely things about this game. I've seen it. No, this other show, Breaking Bad, I've seen it, I've downloaded it, BitTorrent it, rapid shared it, fucked it up, I've done it. But you don't know what I was going to say, young man. What are you going to say, uncle? I've downloaded from your head. Now go play with your ULIP. Like a Woody Allen would have a very difficult time in your India. Because, you know, the old man, he says, he's just thinking, he'll say, you know, I'm thinking about a film about some young Indian person. Say, you start thinking, uncle, start downloading. Start thinking. What are you thinking? Huh? I'm thinking midnight in Paris. Hurry, I'm already on the next morning. Hurry up, hurry up. Think faster, you bastard. It's extremely hard. And I think one of the hardest things is that there are entire industries I don't understand. Like you have a thriving, New India has a thriving fashion industry. There are fashion designers, fashion shows, Lakme fashion. There's like a Miss Earth, Miss Water, Miss Sewerage. There's a Pantene, Femina, Miss Underwater, Humping Balloon, whatever. And I don't understand anything. The other day there was a fashion designer and she said, she was on NDTV and she said, you know Barkha, you know, I'm just waiting for the fall season. A season we don't fucking have. I'm watching that thinking, madam, that way I'm waiting for anything. I'm waiting to be invited by Julius Caesar, but we don't have it, do we? She said, I'm waiting for the fall season, Barkha, because this fall, women will be the new men. What does that mean? I'll ask my wife, why'd you leave the toilet seat up? It's September now, I'm a man, so fuck it. I saw it on TV. There was some other bastard on TV the other day, and he said, I'm very excited because I'm going to Paris to launch my new lingerie collection. And I'm very excited because it's inspired by the Indian freedom struggle. And I'm thinking, which genius is sitting in your fashion show watching this and going, listen, that whole Nehru-Tilak relationship was not clear to me. But now that I've seen that thong, I get it. Mountbatten, always unclear. I've seen that bra, I understand now, it's fine. No problem. Or they give you these tips. It says how to be a confident, fashionable woman. There are these tips. And one of the tips from some famous designer is when you go to a party, be who you are. Real genius MIT PhD advice that is. Achha, you're going to a party, who are you going as? I'm going half as me, half as Colonel Gaddafi. No, I didn't read that article. No, fuck it. But you know, I think the main problem with all this is the English language. I think the problem is the English language. Because for the longest time, when we were growing up, our parents always said, you know, Bida, if you want to be someone in India, English bolo properly. Whatever you do, English bolo. Read your Renan Martin, proper English bolo. English. Doesn't matter what the fuck you were saying. My left leg is larger than my right, English bolo properly. You sounded like you were auditioning for fucking Gandhi, properly. Like you had a javelin up your ass. Mera ass pe javelin dalo. मैं अभी इंग्लिश बोलूंगा properly. दो बीघा जमीन दो, लगान दो, Indians पे गोली चलाओ properly. And you realize that that's nonsense. Because you talk like that in New India and you sound like a love child of Shashi Tharoor and Karan Thapar. In my opinion, there is a javelin up my ass. Properly. It's very, and you know, this is South Bombay. So basically half of you are English, so it's fine. And what's good is that, you know, I have a friend in South Bombay and he's very posh. And he says things like, you know, I don't like to spend my time in India. Because, you know, in India, everybody speaks in English. They say things like, jab we met, then we humped, whatever. Full to final. I can't understand anybody. I like to go to London, where I could finally communicate with people because I like going to London, where I could speak properly, with a nice javelin up my ass, properly. And so he goes to London and he meets an Englishman and he's so relieved. He's like, you know, in India, everyone says, what, yeah, no, yeah, they talk like Shakti Kapoor. I can't stand it. So he meets an English person. He's so relieved. He says, hello, English person, hello. As you can see, I'm a proper Indian person. I'm looking for the Victoria and Albert Museum. I'm almost like you because, as you can see, I'm speaking English proper. And this young English person, he hears him. He's like, yeah, you're looking for the Victoria and Albert Museum, yeah? Yeah, it's no problem, yeah. What you do, yeah, is you go straight, right? It's like this like a McDonald's, yeah? It's like right across from me, yeah? But it's like in front of it, but it's like behind it, but it's not like right behind it. It's like behind, but like next to it. And it's like right in front of you, you see it. It's like in front of you, cheers. And then he said what all posh South Bombay people said in his head. He said, ye sala kya bol raha hai? And 250 years of British history were wiped off his face. He stand there helpless saying, fuck, I need to get back to Bombay. Just then a lovely gentleman said, I'm sorry, sir, I didn't mean to overhear. You're looking for the Victoria and Albert Museum, sir. First right, you can't miss it, right in front. Have a lovely day. And he says, finally, London, proper Englishman. Your name, sir, Jaspal Singh Khurana. I'm the mayor of London. Sat Sri Akal, in it. Yeah. It's very hard. It's very hard. Because in New India, it's not like that. No one speaks like that anymore. You know, what they're going to do is, in this English world where people say things like pyar, vyar, love, shav, whatever they say, they're going to put all you South Bombay, like all the people who were brought up saying, speak properly. English is very important. In 20 years, they're going to put us all in zoos. All the Hindi speakers will come by to the zoos. And they'll look at us and say, bolo English mein kuch bolo, bolo, bolo. And we'll have to say things like, promontory. Acha badam do usko, badam do. Do badam. Oh, what yaar? Do kuch khane mein do usko. Say something else. Trajectory. Khane do. It's going to happen. Advertising. I don't understand the word of advertising. There's an ad that features, it's about suitcases that has Johnny. I can't even talk about it. You have to see it. You can't talk about it. You have to see it.
जॉनी शहर जा रहा था हीरो बनने, लेकिन उसके बैग ने उसका स्टाइल बिगाड़ दिया था। बड़ी उम्मीद के साथ वो एक बैग स्टोर में गया। सोचा शायद किस्मत बदले, पर एक बैग से क्या बदलता। Sky bags.
Basic question. Who is the target market for this commercial? Bears who want to be John Abraham.
No, I really wanted to be at Lintas or McCann Erickson or wherever when they came up with this ad. They're like, sir, we've got the Gujaratis covered. They want a discount, but they'll buy it. Sindhis, fuck them, they're not going to buy it. Bengalis too scared to come into our shop. But bears, so we need an ad for the bears. Bears are not covered. To discuss this commercial and others, please welcome stage Mr. Kunal Roy Kapoor. Kunal, what is your view on this commercial? What is your view?
I think when you're talking about the target market, I think the market that they're looking at is bears who need luggage.
Yes. Bears going on a trip.
They just
Like to
wanna-
Moscow.
Yeah, just Moscow. They just want to go.
Yeah, they're going.
They just want to go somewhere and they want luggage.
Yeah, holiday.
So that is
Like
the,
bears on Make My Trip.
Yeah, right. So that is the basic target market.
Core.
But I think the issue, the issue that comes up
What's the issue?
is that the bear who just wanted the luggage,
Yeah.
but didn't necessarily want to become another organism.
Yeah. Like you don't want, yeah, correct.
Because like when you go in to buy something,
Yeah.
you just want to buy it, but you don't, like if I go to buy a car, I don't want to suddenly become a cow.
Exactly. Because then you have a cow, but you're a different
You're a
creature.
different creature.
Like if you're a centipede and you want a shoe,
Yeah, and then you end up becoming like,
Vivek Oberoi.
right,
Because you were better off as a centipede.
right.
You had way more, say, respect.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. No, because it can be a problem. So
Correct.
But since you're on ads, there's another one that I just wanted you to see, and I wanted to get your
Yes,
sort of
yes.
take on it. So can we just have a look at that ad,
Yes.
and we can just share this with everyone.
Ooh, I feel like a virgin. I feel like a virgin.
Oh yes, it's true.
Oh yes, it's true.
Oh yes, you do.
Oh yes, I do.
Feels like
The very first time. I feel like a virgin. I
Feel like a virgin. 18 again. Vaginal tightening and rejuvenating gel now in India. Log on to
www.18again.com.
We shouldn't talk about the old lady.
No. That we're not getting into.
Yeah.
But
It's a vaginal tightening cream.
Tightening cream.
This is running on national television.
This was between, I think, Chota Bheem and Ben 10.
Yeah.
They played
Vaginal
this one.
tightening.
Yeah, because my daughter was watching it and then, Chota Bheem, and then this came up.
Yeah,
So,
and the point is that
understanding.
if you apparently have a tight, because it's not like women had enough insecurities to deal with in this country.
No.
That they
fine.
needed this product.
This is
Yeah.
something.
And of all the concerns, infrastructure, education, vaginal tightening, that's the main.
That's the main one.
Because you got to think this lady is probably having dinner with her friends, and her friends are saying, "How's life? How's everything? How are your in-laws? They're lovely, lovely. How's your vagina?"
It's okay.
Means, like they must be asking her, like, is it loose? Is it like,
It's just like,
yeah.
like just all over the.
like, is it like the Syrian border? People are just coming and going.
Just doing whatever they want to.
Use this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what happens? It becomes tight.
But I think the other question which you had was that can it be used to like sort of tighten other things that are loose?
Yeah. Like the economy.
The economy, for instance, like you just go, just like it just tightens.
And
up.
then you can do the salsa.
Exactly.
It's like Game of Thrones.
Right. Because I mean, what about someone with like loose morals?
Yeah.
Or someone who's just a loose cannon? Can he apply it on his mouth and like just like he just shuts up?
Correct. And what does this do for salsa enrollment also?
That's true. What does it do
Because
for
you go to a
salsa?
salsa class and they're like, you are here for salsa? Yeah.
Yes.
Vagina?
Loose.
Loose. No, you need this. You have to go for tight. Loose, you go to Shamakdab. Yeah.
Okay.
Tight.
Tight
stay,
salsa is
stay.
fine.
Kunal Kapoor, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
But these are the moral dilemmas of our times. These are the philosophical moral dilemmas of our times. Prime time national television, they show us these ads. It's very unfortunate. And I think that these are the reasons why we're an impossible country to explain to foreigners. We're very difficult to explain. For the longest time, novels, they wrote novels to explain. The Indian novelists, they wrote all these books like Mistress of Spices, Master of Cardamom, First Cousin of Ilaichi, God of Small Things, Truth of Mid-Range Things, White Tiger, Yellow Baboon. And then the Indian economic boom happened, right? Then India and China, India became an important country. It was going to be a superpower for like a week. Which we need to discuss, because I think it's very hard. I think it's an achievement. It's not an achievement to grow at 9%. But I think any government should take pride in the fact that you can take an economy from 9% to 5% in the matter of 3 years. That cannot be done easily. I mean, you have to put in an effort. Businessmen have to go to the bureaucracy and say, can you pass this file? And the bureaucracy has to say, you won't pass it. No. You won't do anything. No. What will you do? I think that's the only way you can halve your economic growth rate. Of the 427 days that Parliament is supposed to function, it's functioned for 3. And I think being a parliamentarian in this country is a fantastic job, because you go there at about 8:30 in the morning, by 8:45 you shout, you throw a table and leave. Wouldn't that be wonderful in all your day jobs? And you still get paid. Show up every morning, they're like, today Parliament is in session. Member of Parliament, do you have anything to say? Yes, Madam Speaker. What? Chal. I think that's a fantastic way to make a living. But then the Indian economic boom happened for 2-3 days, and then we had all these books about India and China. All these foreign journalists were interested in India. They wrote these books like India, China, Chindia. And they all had an animal in the title. India, the elephant rises. China, the panda farts. India, the snake says hiss. China, the momo says fuck off. And there were all these books that all these foreign journalists were all interested in. They were all coming to India at Bombay and Delhi and saying, is this new India? Is this new India? Is this new India? What is this new India? They're like, this is just me in my toilet. You get out now. New India, bastard. But it's very hard, I think. Because see, when foreigners come and write about India, they're very inquisitive and they ask a lot of questions. But they ask questions about like rural India and interiors and real problems of the country, which as urban citizens, we don't know anything. We don't go take trains and travel. We don't know. As urban people, what do? We just go to each other's houses. We're like, the country is fucked, totally messed up. Then we get on Facebook and say, Rahul Gandhi. It's all his fault, Congress. We don't know. This journalist, a Wall Street Journal friend of mine, writing a book on India, he asked me, would you say that after the Aadhaar card was passed, the Dalit community felt an internal economic revolution? Would you say that the Rajiv Gandhi Rojgar Yojana was really what empowered beast towns into coming to A cities in India? Gandhi. What else was I going to say? I don't have any other answer. Gandhi.